And you're going to see something. He placed his family there. He nourished them there. And then in verse 27, and Israel dwelt in the land. Now watch this. And they had possessions there. And they grew and they multiplied exceedingly. Goshen then was a place, look at somebody and tell them, of substance. Joseph placed his daddy and his household in Goshen, and they had possessions. How many believe that you're about to have possessions? They grew and multiplied exceedingly. Now listen, there was a severe famine in Egypt, but look at somebody and tell them, the text says, in Goshen, they had possessions, they grew, and they multiplied. You heard what I tell somebody, they multiplied. They were in a famine, but the text says in Goshen, they had possessions. I think I need to tell somebody before I start screaming that a famine was in Egypt, but favor was in Goshen. Why don't you tell me to hush up here? Look at somebody and say, neighbor, lack was in Egypt, but luxury was in Goshen. A deficit was in Egypt, but dividends are in Goshen. Look at somebody else and say, needs were in Egypt, but nourishment was in Goshen. Poverty was in Egypt, but prosperity was in Goshen. God is getting ready to place you in Goshen. Look at somebody and remind them, say, neighbor, I'm ready for mine. And how many know that you've met some conditions? You've been through some stuff. God has prepared something for you. The next place that you go won't just have one bath and 3 bedrooms, but the next place you go will have a bath in every room. I wish I was talking to somebody. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, Joseph placed his father and his father's household in the best land. Well, I think I need to tell somebody before I wrap it up here that God is getting ready to do the Joseph thing. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, right about now I need a Joseph thing. God is going to take me from where I am. Don't start nothing up in here. I wish somebody tell somebody to watch their voice now. Don't start nothing because I feel like going on here. He's getting ready to place you and me in Goshen. Don't worry about the naysayers. Don't worry about what's in your Bank America account. Don't worry about what's in Wachovia or Commerce Bank. But look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, I don't know how you feel about it, but in a few days, my pocketbook is going to do the whooping cough. God is getting ready to give you more money than you have month. God, don't you worry about those bills. God is going to give you some Benjamins. Talk to me, somebody. I'm on the homeward stretch in a minute, but I've called to tell somebody that it's not going to be like this always. You were the same folk that told me that weeping may endure for a night, but joy cometh in the morning. And I believe some folk have been through some stuff. You've had to wipe tears out of your eyes. You've been abandoned and left alone, and no one wanted to help you. But I'm so glad There's some help in the room right now. And God is getting ready to do something that folks said would never happen. And how many believe that you right now meet those conditions? Look at somebody and say, neighbor, I know gas prices may be high. The economy may be shabby. The company might be downsizing. Your income might not be enough. Your credit might be crummy. Your money might be funny. But I'm so glad every bill is going to be canceled. Every bill is going to be paid off. God is getting ready to let someone know that it pays to serve Jesus. You better tell me to shut up in here. Is there anyone in the room that knows it pays to serve Jesus? And how many know that God is about to do it in spite of what's going on your job? God's about to do it in spite of those folk approving it. God's got some set-asides. Some of you have been praying with your 501c3. You've been praying that God would give you some money. But I'm here to tell you, you're on your way to entrepreneurship. God is going to do it. He got some reserves. Is there anyone here right now expecting the unexpected? Some of you right now, your ministry is getting ready, not going to the next level, but to a whole nother plateau. Look at somebody and say, neighbor, I've been praying and I've been fasting. I've been on my face, and God has given me, He has shown me, He has given me a preview of the coming attraction. God is getting ready to move some folk. I'm not worried about crafty co-workers no more. I'm not worried about manipulating managers. I'm not worried about suspicious supervisors, because this job is only a job, but I'm going to my purpose. I'm going to what God has called me. And is there anybody here that believe that you're ready? Get out of your seat and tell somebody. Say, neighbor, I'm going to a place. I call it, it's already done. Is there anyone here that believes it's already done? Well, if you believe it, I gotta close. Don't make me do this tonight, but I want to give you a rhema now. Look at your neighbor and say, neighbor, God is getting ready to cancel the debt, pay off the mortgage, multiply my income, increase my cash flow, create entrepreneur opportunities, and give me money-making ideas. Give me, come on here, cutting-edge business plans. I ain't finished. Said, neighbor, not only, wait a minute, you ain't got to call yourself a preacher to hoop every now and then. Say, neighbor, neighbor, tell somebody, He's going to maximize my portfolio. He's going to send provision, improve my health. He's going to save my relatives. He's going to accelerate my harvest. Touch somebody and say, neighbor, it's already done. Do you believe it?